When it comes to the space race against private companies, two prominent names come to mind: Elon Musk of SpaceX and former Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos of Blue Origin. With Musk's success in dominating the electric vehicle business, it's no wonder that he's leading the pack in his space initiatives as well. Over the years, their public spat has devolved into amusing Twitter name-calling and spats. Why did the dispute begin? Where is the issue now? And what did Jeff Bezos offer that may alter everything? Watch the video to the end of the video to find out. So how did this rivalry get started in the first place? Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, two of the world's most well-known CEOs, have had a simmering feud for the past 15 years. Musk has dubbed Bezos a copycat over Amazon satellite plans and questioned the company's business methods. And in response, Amazon and Blue Origin have filed legal objections and lawsuits over SpaceX-related difficulties. Musk and Bezos are two of the most powerful executives in the world, as we all know. Bezos is presently the world's second wealthiest person, having recently stepped down as CEO of Amazon. At the same time, he's getting more active than ever, with Blue Origin even taking a ride on one of his rockets. Musk, for his part, is a dual CEO running both Tesla and SpaceX. Here's how Musk and Bezos' feud began and how things have progressed since then. Jeff Bezos wasn't the behemoth he is now in the early 2000s. Amazon was founded by Jeff Bezos 5 years before, and the firm went public in 1997. But Amazon wasn't yet the behemoth it would become. It would be years before the firm launched Prime, launched its streaming service, or launched Amazon Web Services, its cloud infrastructure business. Bezos, on the other hand, had long been fascinated with space. In 1982, after graduating as valedictorian from high school, he told the Miami Herald that he planned to build outer space colonies for millions of people. Bezos founded Blue Origin, a new firm focused on human spaceflight, in 2000 as a result of his long-held desire to leave Earth. Musk had previously sold Zip2, a firm he co-founded with his brother, Kimball, to Compaq for $300 million, about the time Bezos was developing Blue Origin. Musk was creating PayPal at the same time, which would subsequently be sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Musk gained around $160 million from the PayPal sale, which he used to create SpaceX in 2002. Both Blue Origin and SpaceX were still in their early stages in 2004, with neither firm having conducted any flights. But it didn't stop a rivalry from erupting. A meeting between the two to discuss their different reusable rocket goals did not go well, according to reports. Musk said in Christian Davenport's book, The Space, that he provided Bezos sound counsel, which he mainly ignored. Musk and Bezos appeared to keep themselves from 2004 onward. However, their feud continued in 2013 when they clashed over the lease of a NASA launch pad. SpaceX attempted to get exclusive use of a NASA launch pad in 2013. Blue Origin, together with SpaceX competitor United Launch Alliance, filed a legal objection with the government to prohibit SpaceX from utilizing the pad. Bezos advocated transforming it into a commercial spaceport open to all launch business. However, Elon saw it as an opportunity to obstruct him, and SpaceX finally gained the right to take over the pad. Musk and Bezos have been increasingly open about their disagreement in recent years, bringing their battle to Twitter. Both executives have taken advantage of opportunities to fire shots at each other, most notably over reusable rockets. After Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket safely landed in 2015, Bezos posted a video describing it as the rarest of beasts, a used rocket. While Bezos has refrained from explicitly criticizing Musk, he has targeted Musk's most ambitious goal, populating Mars, which is SpaceX's primary mission. Bezos is focused on bringing people to the moon, and the prospect of reaching Mars is unmotivating him. But what if Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk decided to collaborate? What if SpaceX and Blue Origin teamed up with Elon Musk bringing his brains and Jeff Bezos bringing his technical expertise? We know it seems like science fiction, but what if it happened? When it comes to the space race, the moon landing has always been one of the most stunning undertakings. As a result, when completed, NASA's Space Launch System promises to be one of the most important players in not just flying to the moon but also traveling across the solar system. What does NASA's Space Launch System entail? The Space Launch System SLS is a powerful and sophisticated launch vehicle developed by NASA for a new age of human exploration beyond Earth's orbit. What is the mechanism of the Space Launch System? SLS will launch the Orion spacecraft, its human crew and cargo, into deep space from low Earth orbit. SLS must be powerful enough to conduct a maneuver known as a translunar injection, or TLI, to do this. The spaceship is accelerated from its orbit above Earth to a path toward the moon by this maneuver. NASA has unveiled long-term plans for the Space Launch System SLS, a massive rocket that has been developing since around 2010. The SLS is a multi-billion-dollar project that NASA plans to launch for the first time in February 2022. Musk reacted by claiming that SpaceX had accomplished the feat 3 years before. When SpaceX's Falcon 9 spaceship touched down, Bezos resorted to Twitter to poke Musk, tweeting something to the tune of "Congrats SpaceX on landing Falcon's suborbital booster stage. Welcome to the club." And most recently, in a standoff with SpaceX and NASA, a judge ruled against Blue Origin. In a disagreement over who would build the lander that will return people to the moon, a federal judge ruled in favor of NASA, dealing a big blow to Jeff Bezos' space business, Blue Origin. Both of the world's wealthiest individuals want their firms to be at the core of NASA's ambitions to send astronauts back to the moon. However, NASA only has enough funds to fund one of them, and it chose Musk's SpaceX. Since then, Blue Origin has disputed the decision, claiming that NASA favored SpaceX unjustly and that the space agency would be better served by sponsoring both SpaceX and Blue Origin's efforts to create moon landing spacecraft. However, Blue Origin's attempts to reverse NASA's decision have so far failed. This is a summary of what has happened during their most recent standoff. After a competitive procedure, NASA awarded SpaceX the only contract for the agency's Human Landing System program in April. SpaceX will use its Starship rocket to send humans to the moon's surface for NASA's planned Artemis missions, which will cost $2.9 billion. SpaceX was up against Blue Origin and Dynetics for what was supposed to be 2 contracts, but NASA only granted 1 owing to Congress's lower-than-expected funding for the program. Blue Origin filed a complaint with the U.S. Government Accountability Office shortly after the judgment was made, but the GAO refused the firm's appeal in late July, prompting Bezos' space business to accelerate its legal fight. During the dispute, NASA's work with SpaceX on the HLS contract was paused, but it is expected to restart as soon as feasible. What went wrong with Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin in the billionaire space race? The corporation has access to infinite funds and employs the best engineers in the world, but only SpaceX has the almost weekly launch cadence required to increase the number of operational satellites in orbit in less than 2 years on its own. Only SpaceX is testing prototypes of the world's largest and most powerful rocket, the Starship, which will transport humans to the moon. Today, the commercial space sector is more innovative than it has ever been, and the launch services sector is highly competitive. Relativity Space is constructing the world's first 3D printed rocket and wants to use robots to construct rockets on Mars. Blue Origin is the only rocket firm considered to be on par with SpaceX in terms of technological success. The commercial space industry is more inventive than it has ever been, and the launch services industry is extremely competitive. Relativity Space is building the world's first 3D printed rocket and plans to build rockets on Mars with robots. In terms of technological success, Blue Origin is the only rocket company that can compete with SpaceX. Bezos, without a question, has a lot of vision. Why can't the world's second richest man put his money where his mouth is? Because Blue Origin has failed to catch its stride in constructing its powerful BE-4 rocket engine. The Vulcan rocket's first flight has been pushed back until late 2022. As a result, the engine's first flight will be delayed by 5 years. Meanwhile, the company's famous New Glenn rocket, a massive launch vehicle capable of hauling over 100,000 pounds into low Earth orbit, has been delayed until at least late 2022. It was supposed to take flight for the first time last year. The corporation has a significant amount of technical debt engineering challenges that have accumulated as a result of picking a quick solution over the optimal answer, and a persistent focus on the speed that has hampered its capacity to adequately resolve issues with its launch vehicles. What do you think about the rivalry that's going on, and do you believe the judge's judgment is fair? Leave your thoughts in the comments area below, along with any other thoughts you had earlier in the video.